Hello beauty lovers, it's Angela and I am here to talk to you about something that I actually filmed a video on a while back and I never uploaded it and my opinion has changed a little. So I decided to go ahead and film this for you today because this little guy has become a quick favorite of mine. Actually, I say quick, it wasn't quick. I have noticed over the past month or so that I've had it, probably about 6 or 7 weeks, I reach for it all the time. And my first film go was really almost, I'd only had it about 2 weeks. It was sort of a first impressions. And honestly, my thoughts were, it's nice, but if you're not a collector of beauty stuff, of makeup, then you probably don't need to have this. Well, girl, I am changing my mind because I honestly love this palette. It is, if you're not familiar, when I held it up, it is the Ambient Lighting Blush Palette from Hourglass Cosmetics. And each one of the blushes in this beautiful trio is infused with some of the ambient lighting powder that is Hourglass is known for. They have different lighting powders that cast a spell upon the lights. It reflects light in different ways, and so it makes your skin look different, like you're under like pink lights or you're under dim lights. So it's a really cool thing. Well, when Hourglass came out with this at Christmas time, last year they came out with an ambient lighting trio powder, just their all over face powders, and it sold out and then I couldn't find it. Well, they ended up bringing it back. So long story short, this year I wasn't certain whether or not they were going to put this in their full line, and I decided to snag it while I could. Just the collector in me wanted it, okay? So as I started using this, I have realized that I reach for it like 90% of the time now. I love the way that it looks on me, and I can't describe it, and it sounds so cliche because I watched people film videos on the lighting powders themselves and they're like, oh, you really can't tell, like it's not that big of a notice, but then you're out and about and people say, oh, what have you done differently with your skin? It's true though. Like I totes my goats caught myself looking in the mirror and going, what's different? Oh, it's that blush. And it really is. So I'm gonna tell you just a little bit about these. Okay, right here, this one is Mood Exposure. And so it's infused with Mood Light, which is sort of their pinkier rose shade. And then in the middle, this is Incandescent Electra. Now this one is exclusive to this palette. Mood Exposure, and then the next one you can get as individual shades, but in this palette, this one's exclusive. So that's Incandescent Electra, and then Luminous Flush, okay? Now, I really didn't think that this one right here, and I'll swatch this for you. Now, it does not look real pretty when you swatch it in the pan, okay? And when you look at it, it's like, okay, that's awesome, but it's really not that much to write home about. Especially like the coral one, it doesn't really show up very well when you swatch it. I'm not even sure if you can see that. That one's Incandescent Electra. But I am telling you guys, when it is on the face, it is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. The swatch is not going to do justice for this at all, okay? It's one of those products that you just have to try to see what I'm talking about. And I know that sounds weird, but I honestly really feel like if you are looking for a couple of everyday basic blushes that you can reach for summer, winter, fall, spring, this is the palette you want. Even though it's just 3 different shades, it honestly will work for, I would really say fair complexion all the way to medium tones. Once you start getting into the darker skin tones, this is probably not gonna be for you, but if you are Caucasian, up into, I don't know, I would wear this when I'm tan, and I tan up. I know I look really fair right now, but I do tan up really dark in the summer, and I would still reach for this. It's awesome. It's awesome. Just try it. It does have a little bit of a higher price point if you are not into higher end makeup brands. This is worth the splurge. Trust me. all right? I can't wait to hear what you think of your Hourglass blush. Now, I know this is limited edition, but the other shades are available in full size, okay? So I wouldn't bring you something that you totally couldn't buy at all, but really guys, try at least 1 or 2 of their blushes, okay? If this becomes full time out on their line, which I honestly have a feeling that it will, not that I'm privy to any special information, but I think this will come into their full line. You need to snag it. It's totally worth the investment in your face. I'll talk to you guys later.